So, yo, I just being on a pod and stuff, like, I know we kind of talked a little bit about it off air, but do you have, like, a rule, like, anything you say on the pod, do you feel the need to, like, explain to, like, other people, either, like, loved ones, friends, families?
I do, because sometimes I feel like I have insides, like, inside jokes. And sometimes when I say certain words, it might not mean the same thing that you might mean it. So that's why I kind of explain, hey, when I say this, when I say dead ass, I mean I'm serious. Not like there is a dead ass. You know what I mean? So
okay, like terminology-wise.
Oh, yeah.
I get what you're saying. I'm saying, like, say if you say, like, yo, man, like, you know, oh, this girl was bad. Like, it might be, like, an example. It might be a joke.
Oh,
but
no,
then, like,
I would never explain
but you'll say
myself
some
about
shit
that.
like that. You know what I mean? Because, like, we do pods, like, once a week. So, like, man, I'll be forgetting what I say sometimes.
Yeah.
But somebody will double back. Yo, at 4 minutes and 15 seconds, you said this girl was bad. What are you talking about?
Who was bad? Was it
Who
me?
was bad?
Was it you?
Me? Yeah, and you're just like,
Wait,
yo,
I'm talking about myself?
you know, but it might be just a story from something from a long time ago. Or,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Or it could have just been something in the moment. So I've always had a rule that if I do a podcast, I have the right to not explain a goddamn thing. I'm just going to say whatever I need to say.
No, yeah.
It's therapy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't ask the racist guy down the block, why would you say that? You know what I mean? He has the freedom to say it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if you get into that bag, it's like, I have the freedom to say what I want to say. Like, who are you? Like,
yeah.
when people, but I've had that happen, and I've had people threaten, like, I'm going to take y'all down. And I'm like, and I start to giggle, and I'm like, okay, I would like to see that.
You got the ops like that?
I would love to see that. Yeah, I was like,
Rainbow Six on y'all, man. What the
I didn't
fuck?
know such powerful people were listening to me. Okay.
What would you say then? Say it on here. I'm just
Right.
I just played. Trying to double back already.
Dead ass.
That's crazy.
But I've had that happen to me before, but I've never really had to tell somebody, yeah, you know, this is what I meant. I'm sorry. You know, I've never really had to be apologetic about it, but I've had people ask me questions and, like, me try to go deeper into it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind if someone asks me, like, well, you said something about, you know, maybe dating in college. When you were talking about, you know, like maybe, you know, being in a fraternity and doing X, Y, and Z, what are you talking about? Then I might get into, like, that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, if you want to know more information, I'm happy to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about not in a way, like, defensive. Like, it's therapy, right? So if this is my therapy where I release that stress.
Yeah.
Why are you stressing me on some shit I said?
Yeah.
And you're bringing that bad vibes to me.
And that's the bigger question is, like, what are you listening to the pod for? To seek for something to fight over?
Yeah.
Or are you just actually trying to support? You know what I mean? Because I've had that happen to me before, like, constantly.
They go in with love, and then they're like, yo, for real?
Yeah.
They go in with
cap.
somebody like, all right, just be a good
No
one,
cap.
You know? Like, you know, oh, for real?
No, yeah.
This is what we're doing?
Be terrible like that.
Yeah, it was like, damn. I was like, yo, man, that was like 3 years ago.
Every time I like every time they do mention some love thing, like some relationship shit, like it's like the past. Like, what do you want me to do about it?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And that's the
I
thing.
always make it known, like, oh, when I was dating somebody else, I always say that before I talk about something.
Right.
So if you coming at me about some like, oh, what did you do with this girl? Oh, la 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 la.
So at that point, do you think they should just not, like, listen to it? Would it be healthier for them just not to listen to it because you are going to talk about shit like that?
Yeah, I think it's a them problem. It's not mostly an us thing, because the intention behind what we do a podcast for isn't to, like, make you feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? This isn't about you, and that's the thing. Is like, you're taking this way too personally, and, like, the world does not revolve around you, shorty.
And if you hold it back, then because you don't want to hurt them, you're taking away that information that could help 10 other people.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Sure. There's a bigger scope to it all, you know what I mean? But my man started on the inspirational tip.
Different league.
For real, right?
The last one.
We switch it up. We switch it up out here.
I like it. Dropping gems for y'all.
Speaking of dropping gems,
yes.
Today we got our boy G from the Gem Talk podcast.
Euro G in the mix. In the one and only. One of two of Gem Talk. My other host, ISO B, is in Broward right now. Shout out ISO B. I'm glad to be here, y'all. Thank you for having me.
Definitely.
It's lit. I love how serious. I got the lights and everything like that.
Yeah.
When I'm on my gram, people like, oh, studio time, studio time. You know what I mean? Like, y'all make it official.
Yeah,
but second time doing this, right?
Yeah,
because we did this one time.
We did one. Our topic was support. I forgot what episode it was. Maybe episode 20, episode 19.
I think it was 19.
It was one of them.
Good amount of views on that, y'all.
Yeah, we did.
Good amount of views on that.
Yes. The Gem Talk pod, they had us hosted on there, me and T, and it was a good ass episode. I definitely want to do that again. I felt like we didn't even scrape the surface.
Nah, you guys were you were just getting to your bags.
Oh yeah.
There was
so many of y'all.
There was a lot of
content.
I saw one dude in the background, doing flag shit, flagging and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
No, for real. I think somebody said that somebody fell asleep during the pod.
Yeah, was a dude in the middle. I don't know. I might be just tripping. But.
Nah, I think somebody fell asleep.
Someone fell asleep in the middle of it?
Someone fell asleep, bro. But we were lit. We were drinking.
It was definitely good.
Drinking.
Y'all supplied the drinks and stuff. And it was a good ass time.
I had to get my guests right. Next time, you gotta come through, bro.
Yeah, man, I was just caught up, man.
You gotta come through.
Yeah, we had him ventured out. We had him doing a pod elsewhere. So we try to split up a little bit.
Yeah. When you have mad members, y'all can split up like Scooby Doo and then come back together.
You get the clues.
You know what I mean? Go get the clues.
I had to take my talents elsewhere at that moment, so
I feel that.
I had to give it up over there.
I feel like Will's gonna be the one to try to go solo in the group.
No, man.
I think it's been the motive for a while, man.
Wait, what?
Oh, this was the setup?
This is
Wait,
the setup.
No, we ain't doing that.
Expose my man.
Shout out to everybody who does a solo joint, but that ain't for me.
That is hard. Shout out Guru Podcast. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to Meek with being Meek.
Shout out to
you tripping, man.
Shout out to you tripping.
Like people that can really do pods by themselves. I can't even
constantly talk for hours, for minutes.
Salute. Yeah. When you gotta moderate yourself.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's tough.
What?
I just be feeling like it's wild. Like you just gotta be looking crazy, just being in your house alone,
and laughing on your own.
And you laugh at your own jokes. It's hard. It's like, but you gotta stay on top.
I be doing that shit here sometimes, y'all.
Yeah.
I be throwing a joke. You guys are like, nah, that ain't it. Over here just fucking dying on the floor like a hyena, and you guys just like, that ain't it, chief. Fuck y'all. I might go solo now. Fuck y'all.
No, I hear you, bro.
I'm kidding.
You gotta love yourself. Nah, self-worth. Love yourself. You laugh at your own jokes.
Pod beefing.
Pod beef.
Pod beefs are dope.
Pod beefs are dope.
Pod beefs are dope.
Have you pod beefed already?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
Yo, wait, really?
Hell yeah, yes. For the clout though, was it real beef?
Oh, it was like a trippy recipe.
Yes,
it's calculated.
It's all calculated, but did it get the job done? Yes.
Okay, better.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because any hate, good or bad, whatever, you get the views, right? They clicking. That's all that really matters.
Yeah,
you channel that energy, channel that energy, so it's all good.
Damn. Yeah, we haven't gotten to that level yet. I think every podder in Tampa, we've been
pretty
mass supportive. Everybody's love, everybody embracing us. Even the big vets, Guru, shouting us out and stuff on his pod. You know what I mean? Like that, it's all love here. Everybody just want to trade secrets on how to get to that next level.
Yeah, that's all it really is.
Yeah.
Especially
because we're all doing, we're all local and shit, so just support locals.
Yeah. The drive over here was nice. Yeah. I like that little lake view when you come in.
Oh, damn.
Bro, I look to my right, I almost hit a pedestrian. I'm like, my bad. But it's nice when you look to the right, yo. I like that walk. That's nice, bro.
Yeah, we gotta keep it DL, you know what I mean? I was kidding.
So how was your? I know you said your ride here, before that you talking about your haircut.
Oh, bro, bro.
You ain't gotta show it.
You gotta show it. It's okay. No, it's okay. My hairline's intact, but still,
Supercuts,
bro.
Yo, your plug and Supercuts got off.
Talking about my plug, yo, no shade to my plug, but bro, we gotta square up. You up my price on me, bro. 30 for a haircut.
Yeah, man.
Right.
What about my gas tank? What about my groceries?
Wait, so
what about my girls? What about my dates?
Wait, so how much were you being charged beforehand?
20.
What's he do? This is just a haircut or the beard?
Beard, all that. He was like, yo, this is the last time.
Okay.
And I'm like, bro. And I started out, and this is the barber that I started out when I first started in college, bro. I've known homie for a minute. I've known homie for a minute. Shout out Jose Montanez. Go to Westside Barbershop just to get your fresh cuts. But, yo, bruh, I've been your nigga for 6 years. You know what I mean? So it's
Give the homie discount. Give him the homie discount.
So when I'm tipping you now, because when it was 20, I would give him 25.
Yeah.
Now you now
35.
35. Now I feel cheap now going with the 31, going with the 32. Like I don't feel as good, but I look good, but I don't feel as good because I'm trying to help my boy. But God.
So what happened? You just walked in there and he just. Because obviously you didn't get your hair cut.
No, I did not.
So you walked in and he just said right off.
Obviously, yo, that was fucked up.
Because everybody around me got the front tee. Everybody around me got the front tee, got the front. Yo, everybody around got me. Okay.
Nah, my barber does me right. My barber does me right.
Yeah, do you got the 30 on you?
Yeah, no, always. I give my barber 30.
You give him 30 because it's 25.
No, it's 20.
Oh my.
Yeah, actually, mine might be 16 to be honest, but I love my barber.
All right, don't pull your barbers out like that, yo.
I'm not gonna lie. I give off 38, bro. I get off of 38, man.
I'll be going up.
But you do the beard though.
Yeah.
Oh, you do the
beard's a whole nother round.
Yeah.
38. When you about to pay 40, when you about to pay the 8th for the haircut,
bro.
Oh.
the 8th for the haircut.
That's kind of crazy. Okay.
But shout out to the barbers that do a good job though, you know.
No, I think barbers are probably like you loyal to your barber first.
Facts.
That's
true.
true.
First.
Have you ever had to find a new barber? You know how hard that shit is?
You know how depressing that is? You know how anxiety, you know how much anxiety that is, bro, for real?
I've been there.
You know how, okay, when you have to explain what you want and you forget what you usually get.
Oh, because your barber knows you?
Because your barber knows it. I used to love to sit down. Yo, the usual?
Yes.
The usual.
Yeah.
That's it. I just sit down.
And we talk about other shit than my head.
Oh, when
we got to talk about my head.
He's your therapist. He's everything.
He's your consultant.
Yeah.
He's your money consultant too sometimes. Like, yo, bet on red, man. Bet on red.
Have you hung out with your barber?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know you do. My barber's asked to hang out. We just haven't really had the time to connect, but one day we will.
Not yet, man. My barber's like real family oriented, so.
Yeah. No, my barber's like my age.
My barber be jiggy with it. He's like, yo, man, we out here. We going to the club. We're going here. I'm just put a 16 on these guys' heads. Trying to like rap out people in the bathroom. Like, yo, this guy's going off. This guy is nuts. That's my guy, though.
So, okay, but what happened? So you walked in.
Yeah, I walk in and I dap him up, but you have to make a booking, okay? So on the booking, you have Bookski or whatever.
Right.
This is not an ad. This is not an ad, but you do that, and on the app it said 25. So that's where we got the confusion. So I'm going in thinking it's 25. I dap him up, right? He completes my haircut. Well, he doesn't get my haircut, right? And I ask him like, yo, like 25, whatever. He was like, no, like I upped my price like last week. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, it's 30. And I was like, yo, bro, we got to come outside. We gotta come outside. I was like, nah, bro, because you got to at least teach me how to do my own hair.
Take you outside, like, with the
yeah. I was just like, bro, you got to come outside. No. I was like, nah, you got to come outside, bro. You got to come outside. And I was just like, yo, for real? He was like, yeah. And I was like, damn, bro, I don't got it on me. And he was like, ah. And I was like, all right. So I left kind of embarrassed because I didn't have it on me, but like, at the same time, you know, you got to do what you got to do. It was just sad, but at the same, I like want to support my boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to support my boy. I fuck with the fact that you're raising your price. Self-worth, king. Go off.
Facts.
But my nigga.
But yeah,
$30.
I think it's good to like, sometimes you have to grandfather people in.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I believe that the point of like, how a barber becomes successful is they get you at such a young age as your growth potential grows.
Yeah.
You start to take care of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it was just.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna find a new barber now?
No. I'm just gonna come correct. I'm just gonna come correct. Yeah. I'm just gonna once a month. No, I can't be doing that. I'm gonna look like Kendrick Lamar by like the second week. Nah. I have you know what's so frustrating? I think my hair grows like once a week, so I go like.
Weekly?
Yeah, I go
every 10 days. I go every 10 days.
It must be nice, bro.
Must be nice.
Must be nice, because I'm spending about like, what, 60, 120 a month on my hair?
Yeah, I spend about 100 a month on my hair, yeah.
Personal grooming, y'all.
Yeah, I do about 2-3 weeks.
It's not easy looking this good, right, guys? It's not easy. Nah, I'm just joking.
Hey, but on that note, welcome to the Sweeterman Podcast. What episode are we on now, JoJo? 24. Oh shit, we're on 24
Y'all
now.
moving through it.
We're getting there. We're picking up speed a little bit. I'm your boy Nick, aka the Anti-Hero, aka Tokyo Tower, aka the Toxic King.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Skip me.
My name is Will, aka Mr. Potter, aka Curve Gotti.
Gotti. Oh, all right.
I don't like when y'all try to style on me.
Yeah, why
talk
you
about
trying
this.
to flex?
We didn't talk about this, bro.
Yo, man.
I was just gonna say.
Hey, I go with the flow, man. I get what I get.
Oh.
I don't say it, they say it.
Wow. Go ahead, T.
Am I supposed to rap now?
What's the mixtape name look like?
What's the mixtape
What's the
name?
nickname?
Yo.
I'm just keep it real, like T. Like,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Nah, T, aka Ghost. Yeah.
AKA Ghost.
Word, the tall
AKA
ghost.
Yup in my white tee. And then we got Slade. He got Slade, aka Mr. Missionary on the ones and twos.
AKA the Energizer Bunny.
The Energizer, aka 9 Volt. We also get.
I'm gonna have to get into these AKAs.
And last, this is dope, man. And last but not least, we got JoJo behind the camera, aka Joe Square, aka the intern.
The intern.
Joe squared. Okay, that
Joe
makes
squared.
sense. Yo, you see, simple, subtle, like, yo.
Yeah, there's
it's a double entendre. It's a double.
There's a reason behind it.
There's a reason, but yeah,
There's definitely a reason behind J Square.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So shoot, how we gonna start this off, man?
We're gonna start, playing the music.
Playing the
and
music,
getting
right?
the
Oh
vibe.
yeah.
I know we got guests, but don't get nervous.
Don't
Don't
get
be
nervous.
forgetting the road.
Don't do that.
The nervous strokes.
That's a whole new topic.
Let's talk about it. Y'all don't want to talk about that.
That's a whole new topic, bro. Damn.
I know y'all freestyle. Stop.
He should freestyle with J. Cole on DM.
T?
See what you talking about, bro?
I knew you did.
I can let off a few bars. Man.
Yeah,
You
a
freestyle,
couple weeks
man?
ago.
Barely, bro.
Barely.
But I try. It's fun.
You know, everybody's grown up writing bars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Remember I had a rap battle, Sean?
I had a rap battle, Sean. Like you didn't have a choice.
I did it.
They forced
One
it.
of our homeboys, brought a whole bunch of people. It's like, y'all two have to rap battle. I was like, what the fuck? So I had to write a 16 real quick, and then we did our thing. I was trash as hell.
You gotta write the 16.
Yeah, I had to write the 16.
You know what you could do?
I had
You
to
can
do
always, if you don't know, why does everyone call whenever I record? That's so crazy.
I got hit on silent.
No, I know. It's so wild. It's toxic.
Toxic.
Mixer toxic. What was your AKA?
Oh, you got anti-hero.
Anti-hero.
I ain't with that hero.
What was the
shit.
toxic one? I like the
Toxic King.
Toxic King? What's the last toxic thing you did, King?
Last toxic thing I did.
Yeah.
So,
Show us your leaderboard. Show us your
Hey, yo, welcome to
leaderboard.
the It's your boy. It's your not.
That's like,
But anyways,
Yeah.
since we're here and he brought up being like toxic, I think one of the key toxic traits somebody can have is being detached emotionally.
Yeah.
emotionally detached.
Unavailable.
And emotionally unavailable.
Right?
Hey, what you say, man? I'm kind of lost.
What you mean?
I was just spaced out. My bad.
Oh shit! Nah, I'm saying
We here with hours. It's okay. Emotionally detached people.
like
Oh,
people
y'all
that
don't get the joke. I was joking. Like,
Oh, you see that?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
Hey,
that.
Now we gotta edit that because we look stupid as fuck.
You shouldn't-
Keep it in.
Yo,
But see, but that's
Damn.
what T brings to the table. Like he got layers on his shit. Like he just mindful. I was about to get mad with yo cut that.
Yeah,
Cut
cut
that
that
shit.
shit.
I was like yo, you paying attention when you
see
when we
what we
live.
doing?
Come on,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Yo, come on, guys.
Damn, man, go, bro.
One step ahead.
Go.
Go.
One step ahead, bro.
Oh man, the turnaround jumper right there
Yeah,
with the left hand.
No, look.
hand, left
You didn't
hand.
look, man.
Jeez.
But no, he's absolutely right. You know what I mean? We had a listener, a fan. Shout out to the subscribers. We do it for y'all. Reach out and say, yo, as guys, you guys, a lot of your, peers and some of y'all are actually very unemotionally, unattached and, unavailable, even when you're on the dating scene, right? And that's why a lot of y'all girls be like getting with dudes and just be like, they ain't always all the way there. You know what I'm saying? JoJo's looking like, that's like 5 of them right there.
I got 5 with the tip.
5 of them in the rotation. Nah.
Nah. It's good.
But no, so we had a listener ask that, so I just wanted to ask y'all, like, just as guys, like, are any of y'all have experienced being like unavailable, unattached, like to a girl? Like, have you ever had a girl press you on that? Like, yo, why aren't you like, you here but you're not here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I've had that situation happen to me maybe one time, and it was with somebody that I wasn't even sure that I liked, so that's why I was like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just knew that I wanted the attention, and this goes into the bigger thing. Wider scope of things is that even though I'm not emotionally there, I know I want the attention from somebody to give me that, like, you know, I want you, like
yeah.
those things that I want to hear. Yeah, like those things that you want to hear from a girl that, you know, everybody else gets, but you're just not able to give that yourself because you don't even. Well, for my situation, I didn't really want to. You know, I wasn't really willing to, but I knew I could. I knew I can. Yeah. But at that situation, at that moment, I just was like, I don't know what to say to you right now when you tell me that you want me or like you love me or like tell me something you like about me or something. I would struggle.
Were they hitting you with the I like you or the I love you shit?
Well,
like, what was it that made you? What made it that they were like, yo, why aren't you like emotionally here? What was it that drew that line?
Yeah, or when they tell you like, I feel like I'm more into this than you are.
When I wouldn't text them good morning, when I wouldn't text them good night, when they would ask me questions like, what do you like about me? And I would just like, what do you mean?
Oh, I see. So you're kind of okay. I get it.
You know what I mean? And so they would hit me with those.
I mean, that's kind of good because I mean, at least you're like, no, you're not giving a false sense of hope.
Yeah.
And letting them know like I'm just doing this just to either secure you or.
But at the same time, I know.
My bag with you or something.
I just know at the same time, I hope that doesn't like run them off. I was at that time. Yeah. No, you know what I mean? But like, you know, I would say those things hoping that they would understand, like, I might be this way, but I still like you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know, I still want to be around you and stuff like that. It's just these emotional words that you're trying to get me to say, like, it's kind of weird to me. Like, you want me to say it because you want me to say it, right? Yeah.
Not want me to call you babe, but
yeah. Like, how come you're not calling me these things? How come you're not calling me sweetie? It's just, it doesn't make me feel comfortable to call you those things. You know what I mean? Or like, they ask me, how come you're not vulnerable? How come you don't trust me? It's like, that's a big feat. Yeah, like that's a big thing.
It's not really easy to be vulnerable and be trusting.
Yeah,
like if I tell you this shit and you drop me, you gonna die.
Right? Exactly. You gonna die. You gonna die. You gonna die.
So you did there.
Nah, yeah. Like I've had that like reoccur to me often. It's like just because we're like having sex doesn't mean I trust you.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Just because like you know we're doing an act, a physical act, doesn't mean like I would call you in the middle of the night, be like, no, like even if I was in distress, that type of trust.
Oh, like you're not the person you're not my go-to.
Yeah, like I would never. Okay, like majority of the sexual partners I've had, I would never ever ask them for like any type of assistance, like any drastic assistance. Okay. Yeah, so when they ask me, do you trust me? And like, well, if I was in a drastic situation, you're not the first person I would call, like straight up, and they get offended. It's like, la 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 la. It's just. I mean, it is what it is, but
so where do you think that comes from? Like, why is it hard for you to feel that way?
Because I feel like I think it's just a lot more risky for you to open up like that emotionally and feel like, you know, you're pouring out everything to the person and then they hit you with some type of negative response, like you're too much, you're too emotional, you're too sensitive.
I think that is a fact. The worst thing that can happen is if you say like you put yourself out in that vulnerable limb, and then they shoot you down with some dumb shit like that, where you're like, are you sensitive? Or, you insecure, or like, oh, I want to hear that. I know I am, but I want to hear that shit.
Yeah. People when people do that, when people make themselves vulnerable and all that stuff, they know what they're doing. It's just that's just how they show. That's how they show. You know what I mean? Yeah. They show their trust and all that stuff. But like, if you communicate, you know, as you just said you did. I mean, a lot of people will like take that in consideration and like not be offended. And be like, you know, it may not be what I want, but I'm willing to like work with what you're giving me. Yeah. And as long as you're giving me like time and you want to keep this up or whatever, then I mean, sometimes that would be cool. Yeah. Like, people like will understand. And they don't, and that's different. I mean, and then at that point, you're like, all right, fuck out of here. We're both good. We got each other.
Yeah. Putting yourself out there is just tough though, because like for me, like even just simple good morning text. Yeah. I don't know like how I can get that off. Like I can be saying good morning, you can have a good ass afternoon by the time I say that. Yeah. So like, I don't know how do I first establish that. You know what I mean?
It's very true. I don't know how. I never thought of it like that either, but that's when I started to learn how to become more emotionally attached. Though is when I got like. You know, when they called me out on it, like, you're not doing this and this and that. And, you know, every girl is different when you date them and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But, like, at the same time, I think those people or those guys who your fan was speaking about, I just don't think they have the knowledge. That's my bigger picture about this. They don't have the knowledge or they haven't been taught how to be emotionally available. And I think sometimes they're not willing to learn sometimes.
It could be. I mean, there is that. And also, like, you have to think maybe that person got hurt, like, in a previous relationship where they gave it their all. And then some girl, like, fucked them up emotionally. So now, as guys, yo, man, we ain't trying to go through that shit again. So I'm locking up. I'm not going to fall for that trap again. You see what I'm saying?
I feel like that's, like, victim behavior, you know what I mean?
No, it is. But it's toxic. That's what we do. You know? But it's real. Like, think about it. When a girl gets cheated on, she has trust issues. So now she's like all panicky and insecure with the next guy.
Oh, absolutely.
That's victim behavior too.
Yeah.
But it's coming through experiences. You're post-traumatized. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with guys. Yo, we could be vulnerable with a chick, tell her everything, and she could break our heart, and now we, traumatized too. So next chick, we're gonna have a wall up.
I think when it comes to like dealing with somebody who is detached and emotionally unavailable, and if they're like messing with you, like maybe like chilling, vibing with you, whatever, and then I feel like take it for a grain of salt because they are at least trying to show you some type of like give, because like sometimes people can be like, I ain't like that, like I'm not with all that, like don't tell me anything, we're just like go do this only. But then like if they're giving you time and give you that space, I feel like it's very delicate for someone who is attached how to like engage them. Like you can't put them with ultimatums, you can't put them with like false sense of hopes. You can't put them in there with like, you gotta do this or I want more. But you can't want more if I'm not available to give you more. So if you're pushing that button, then now I'm turned off and now I'm leaving. Because I'm already detached, so I can leave. Because
you're like saying, I'm giving you as much as I can. And if you're gonna keep asking me for more and not let me go at my own pace, then either bounce or like, this ain't gonna work because like I'm not gonna keep staying in this shit.
Yeah, and then it makes you feel bad as a person, as a man or as a woman, or
you're
whoever.
Not giving them what they
you're not giving what they need. So if that's the case, if they're gonna need something more, the best thing to do is just like let that ride, let it slide. And that's the best thing you can do with somebody who's in that situation. If one is pulling more and one's like not giving much, and there's no compromise between the two. Yeah. Then I mean that's how you got to handle somebody who's like that.
I think it boils down to willingness. Like, what are you willing to put up with? What do you
absolutely.
Like? You know what I mean? How are you moving when you're trying to date? Like, are you trying to put in more, or are you just trying to put in equally? It's a choice. Everything's a choice. You don't have to sit here and try to make somebody emotional. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's not your responsibility. There's everybody who comes in with baggage, and you have the choice if you want to share that baggage or if you want to just ride solo. You know what I mean? But
I like how you brought that up as far as like having a choice. Like you like sometimes to have happiness with somebody and to grow with somebody, you have to like start with yourself and the choice of you finding your own happiness and then having someone to add on to that happiness. Yeah. Because sometimes when it comes to like people who are detached, people who are unavailable, it sometimes can feel like you're like the person's so happy, but like it doesn't matter. Like you're happy too, but it doesn't matter like how much extent does that go if you're like so into it. If there's someone so into you and you're not as much as into them.
Do you ever feel like guilty, like because you can't give them that, even if you like, it's like you emotionally you're like God, I wish I could just give you what you want, but physically, emotionally, I just can't.
Yeah, I mean.
So then you feel guilty.
Yeah, I had a few joints after like my most serious relationship quite a few years ago. Just got caught in the crossfire, really got into me, and I couldn't really like give it back because I was like. One, I was like emotionally scarred already, so I was like out of it because of my last relationship. It was very recent, and at that time, and then man, I just felt like a piece of shit. But it's not because I was just like being rude or mean or evil. It was like I was like being like a whole ass like person to them, and it just went to a point that they told what they said, what they want, and what it is, and then I told them like, to be honest with you, I can't give you all that right now.
Were you going through anything at the time when this person was with you?
A lot of I don't know.
Besides relationships, of like job, career,
work,
finances.
Family. Yeah, I was going through some family shit.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of people they don't know, but a lot of the other factors.
Just stay close to the mic.
Not bad. Yeah, no, a lot of other factors weigh in besides like.
Yeah, I mean, that was explained, but just a sense of like I mean, I guess it could be miscommunication, but it wasn't more or less like that wasn't their concern. The concern was their happiness or how I felt or how I made them feel. but they didn't put it in how I felt about what was going on in the back end. Because I'll put on a face and I'll smile and we'll have a really, really good time. But you know, sometimes I'm like, I put on a mask. I'm like, yo, fuck that, man. I'm going through some shit. Yeah. But like, they're so happy that you can't really give up because now you're. Oh, like he's always a sad guy, a sad boy.
Yeah, you sacrificed,
Yeah. You feel me? So like that wasn't probably it could have been handled a lot better, but it was good for what it was. You know what I mean?
It was good.
So T, like I know, like obviously Will knows a lot about this, but we want to know about you. Like,
damn, Dr. Phil, like you heard that?
I mean,
AKA Ghost, AKA Ghost.
Yo, we've done 24 episodes, and we know about 3 facts about T. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we know 3 things.
Three things. We know he went to high school.
Right.
He went to college.
Right.
And he's on this podcast. Like, those are 3 things we know. Now we need to know more. Like, so like, I guess I want to ask, like, for you, have you ever been like the emotionally detached one? 'Cause I know like you're very quiet with us, and like, you know, you don't really say much. You'll say, you know what I mean. Like we know you're with us, but I'm saying like in these relationships, are you like emotionally like there?
I mean, I definitely had my experiences like that, and probably when I first noticed it was probably when I was just graduating, because I was like, oh shit, I gotta get my shit together. I gotta get a job, you know. So relationship, I just kind of put on the back end. You don't really think about it. So
not your main priority.
It's not my main. Yes, it's not my main priority. So I've kind of been through that, and just not. Sometimes I'm really not even as undetached, because it's just my way of explaining love. Like I feel like a chick can say all these great things about me, show me off, yada yada, but for me, I'll just be like, I really like you, like. And let's keep it simple, just like that. Simple, just like that. It is like it is what it is. Like you understand my love, how I feel about you. So sometimes it may seem like I'm not always there, but it's just because I'm different like that. So like it's kind of hard to kind of. Sometimes it can feel like I'm not really there, but it's like yo,
you really are, but you really are though.
Yeah, I'm giving you my all right now.
I feel like there could be a guy that has a girl and he'll like post her every day, tell her she's the most beautiful thing on like social media platforms, but be cheating on her all the time. But then you can have the dude that ain't into all that and just say, yo, I really fuck with you, and he really fucks with you. So like
the lowest person in the world.
Yeah. So sometimes you're saying, so you're just more of a quality man.
So you guys know what the love languages are, right?
Of course.
Absolutely.
So 5, you know what I mean?
Episode 5. I don't. So, I gotta brush up on my homework. What's your love language?
What do you think, man?
Quality time?
No.
Tempted to touch.
Tempted to touch.
Touch the dick.
Physical touch?
Physical touch.
Okay, well.
Mine is acts of services.
Acts of service, okay.
Oh, shit.
See?
You
gonna put it out on the notes.
T's was quality time, but then he had everything.
It was
else,
everything. That's what I'm saying. It was
he was very even.
It was evened out.
He needed everything.
Evened out.
He needs everything.
Yeah, it was a little bit of everything.
He needed quality time, but he needed the gifts.
No, the gifts was last.
No, I'm just playing. No, he needed like acts of service, you know.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah, physical touch was kind of low. I was shocked.
Words of affirmation was there.
Words of affirmation was
which
there.
I didn't think T was like, you know, needed all that.
I like compliments. Nah, you know what's so fucked up is that some people feel like I don't need compliments. I love that. Words of affirmation.
Oh, you need that. Was that your number 1?
Yeah, words and then quality time.
Okay.
We got to spend time together. Like, what's the point?
You got to spend time so you can get the compliments off.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But I usually be the one to shoot 2 at her. Maybe I can get 1 back.
Okay, Uzi.
Oh, so you fish for
okay, Uzi, I see you. I got to shoot 2 at her.
You got to shoot 2 at her sometimes.
I mean, can I ask some like for someone who is emotionally unavailable, like how do you guys figure out ways to express it? Like for me, growing up, like it was a single household, so I don't really know how love is expressed. That's kind of my way out. Like if I mess up, I'm like, yo, I never saw love like face to face. So it's kind of like I don't know how to react. I don't know what to do. That was my scapegoat for a while. Can't really get it off now.
But here we are. Now we grown.
Yeah. But that was my bag. I was like, I don't know what to do, babe.
Word.
But do you feel like that is truly a kind of a reason that stemmed from that?
No, it definitely has been. Like it's not there in front of me to see day to day. So it's kind of like.
So you didn't grow seeing. Like,
I didn't grow seeing it, so I don't know.
You would think that people who were raised by a single mother know how to, but they don't, because the single mother wasn't properly loved in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes down to like that stuff, like how to treat a woman, how like what you tune into how to treat them, but it's more like how it's like it doesn't click when.
But you're watching it. You're seeing how the dad's like loving the mom, and like that's how your perception is. Like even not just saying in single parenting, even for people that live in a household with them, what if the parents are fighting all the time? They don't show each other affection.
Yeah, their affection could be different.
So you might grow up in like that. So I get it. I know what you're saying. Like it's like you don't know the idea of love. Like I find it weird when people be on the phone like with their mom and dad and just be like, all right, bye, I love you. I'm like, you just say that like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of weird to me. So I feel that on what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. Because at the end of the day, like, if you're not shown or even, exhibited, even through high school, middle school, like, everybody's going through relationships in middle school, right? Like, you even see that at a young age. And you're like, oh, that looks nice. That looks cool. But I don't know the details that go into it. You know what I mean? All I know is that, I got a pretty girl in my arm and people like that. Right. And so that's what people like is the image, the attention that it breeds. Is this unemotional guys, that's what it really comes down to. It's just, I just need the attention. But it's what you're willing to put up with. Again, you can transition that guy into being more emotional.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you're saying like as a guy, like for T's point, like even if you are emotionally unavailable, like you still want that though. You still seek it. You know what I mean? You weren't grown that. So like, I know one of the questions was like, why do they like those type of people like still get into relationships if they're not emotionally unavailable? Why are they still
doing what they're doing?
Why are they still like wanting to be in a relationship and shit? Like why then? If you're not ready, because you still want that.
So yeah, you desire the end goal to be with somebody because it's just more or less a fact that like it's just gonna take a lot more time, understanding, and effort. I mean, if you have two happy people, you put them together, they're gonna be happy together. Yeah. But if you have one person who came from something and someone who's happy, then you gotta find a middle ground. Like keep it level. Be like, yo, if you can level me. And you could, help me out, then, we'll level with you, and, I'll give you the most.
Well, do you think it's kind of similar with, like, the love language where, like, I know we talked about it before, where, like, if you have a similar love language, it works out better. Do you think, like, maybe someone that's emotionally detached and unavailable that gets with someone else that's emotionally detached and unavailable have a better understanding of, do you think that would work out well? Because usually these issues occur when it's one person that's not available and then someone that's like trying to go all in, and that's why they have that friction.
It depends, man.
But at the same time, you don't want two people in the room that they both just staring at the other wall. You know what I mean?
Nah, man. I mean, people who usually are detached and unavailable usually kind of have like an end goal, or kind of like, or maybe they don't like value themselves, maybe, or maybe they don't, something like that. So like maybe two people who are detached, like they just want to do the maybe they just want sex, so keep on that sex tip. But then nothing ever comes out of it, and then when one does have something, then maybe the other one just dubs. But then you don't get upset because you're like, all right, I get it. Like I just kind of like put myself out there, but it's fine. But it's not like I'm not gonna like go back and just harp on like what happened, because I'm also like that was the agreement at first. So then like I can't get mad. But if somebody who was like who really wants it and is in there the whole way, and that happens, then it's kind of like that's some hypocritical shit. Yeah. You been on my shit for like all this time, but now you go dub.
Yeah. But we gotta stop pretending like those guys who are emotionally unavailable don't have emotion. Like they have
they do.
Emotion. They can do it. Do they know how to? I'm sorry, no. Like they don't, but they do have it.
They just don't know how to channel it.
They don't know how to channel it the way they want to. And for those people that are seeking that emotional availability, stop trying to fill a void. Stop. Yeah. Because there are 2 billion other men in this world that can do what you want. And you choosing to stay with this guy is speaking a lot on you. It's not on this man, because he's going through a lot of stuff. Everyone's going through a struggle. Like, you don't know what he been through.
Or what she been through.
Yeah, what she been through. You know what I mean? So. For, like... So, like I said, it's just like a choice to me, I feel like.
Yeah, I think at some point you have to look and go, all right, like, and this is for not just now, this is the person that's trying to get that unavailable person, like, and to make them more emotionally available for them. Yeah. For you guys, like, you need to go and think, like, all right, there has to be a limit where if you can't handle it, you have to cut that loss, because at some point it turns and makes you toxic. Because now you're pushing them, you're forcing
them. You're giving them all this type of energy, and it's like that's not going anywhere. So now you're gonna have that back of your head, like I gave this person so much stuff, and but I don't get nothing out of it.
So when you do that, you're pushing this guilt on them. So now they feel like shit. You're not getting what you want, so now you feel like shit, and now it's like this toxic war between them. Mm-hmm. So at that point, you have to be the bigger person, and then just cut it off.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You can't continue the toxic Ferris wheel. You got to get off the ride at one point.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's fun, lights, cameras. I know it's glamorous. You know what I mean? But you got to get off the ride. Go home. Like it has to end at some point. Like all bad things need to end.
Exactly. So it'll make you appreciate the next thing. You know?
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Have you ever appreciated toxic relationships because they shaped who you are to go into like being a better person?
It's like it taught you to just what it is like.
Yeah.
I know what you want, I know what I want.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna just treat it as that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I just had that epiphany driving over here. Like, damn, like, I'm really appreciative of the people who ghosted me and who the people, like, you know what I mean? Because now I'm like, okay, like, I'm a little bit stronger, you know?
I mean, that's good. And it's also good because I think that also makes you love yourself more. And, like, you're more okay with being by yourself. So now you find a way to make yourself happy. Because, like, if you think about it, like, think about it this way. There's, I ain't gonna say shit, but there's a couple of women out here that I know that, like, are, like, relationship, like, fiends. Mm-hmm. And then, like, you know, like, 2 months to be with one guy, boyfriend, pictures. 2 months later, down. 2 months later, new guy, new pictures. 2 months later, down. Like, and then, like, it's crazy because, like, there's like it's like always a high, like you're always a high point. There's always a high point. You don't have that low point. You don't have that point to like just be by yourself and be okay with yourself. And just be happy with yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Because if you go keep doing, you're chasing a high, and you always have these short relations.
Yeah, exactly. Big facts, Fendi facts.
Yeah.
No, I think.
Fendi facts.
I mean, I think what you're saying is like, you have to find that clarity. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like that's what I think being in a toxic relationship you get from it. So you like, you know what you don't want now. You like, I ain't dealing with that type of shit. So when a girl or for a dude or whatever, you have that kind of similar tendencies, you scream like, "Oh, I ain't doing this." So you cut it off. But also that could be a negative now, right? Because now you could be scoring too, like.
Yeah, or jaded.
You could be jaded, hypersensitive to certain traits.
Very
hypersensitive. You know what I mean? Like you can a girl that gets cheated on, like those are like one of the hardest girls to repair because everything you say or do, you just want me for this.
Yeah, it's always
you know what I'm saying? Like but it's like that ain't even what I'm trying to say. Like because are you really going over here? Yeah, that's where I'm going. Like
I never excuse that behavior. I've been cheated on. You don't see me doing that.
Nah,
exactly.
You gotta let you gotta let the next person be who they are, and like you can't tell them like just be honest.
You have to give them the benefit.
Give them the benefit of the doubt and be honest and tell them like, hey, sit them down, but don't like just like this and that and the third. You know what I mean? Because like they don't know who that person that you dealt with it before is, and they don't know who you were before them either. So it's kind of like they're dealing with a new person, and just give them the benefit of the doubt and just be honest, have good communication. And with those two things, you can go through a lot of things,
I just think that some people's relationship IQ is just too low, and they go into it thinking they have high IQ.
Whoa, that's different. That's a different topic.
I mean, that's a whole different bag.
We talk about another time.
Relationship IQ just be like
that's a different type bag.
Real crazy because I don't like people. I don't like pretenders. I don't like people who pretend like they're ready for a relationship, and then one bad thing goes down, and it's like, we got to rethink this. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool.
Those ride or dies ain't really there no more, man.
That's a fact.
Those are rare now.
But because there are those like, since we're so like worried about shit like that and not having ride or die, is that why you think guys that are so detached and so unemotionally unavailable, instead of being in that, they'll jump in and like just hang out with the crew, and they'll just like being with like these strong guys.
That was hard. Okay, that was good.
Taking notes, boy.
Yeah,
taking notes from my side.
Why do we do that? Why
does Future pull off? I lied to my girl. Oh, was it? I ride on my guys, but I lie to my bitch or something.
Yeah, I'll never lie to my guys, but like I lie to my bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
like
why? That's too far. But
that's exaggerated to the extent that I get what you're
saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes I feel like once someone's that scoring, and I feel like if you can't be there, like mostly for women. I mean, your guys are gonna be your guys. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't give you that added pressure. We don't ask. We don't ask you for more than you just being there. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
take it who you are.
T can sit here with us for hours. Yo, he don't gotta say a damn thing. We just want him here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he's our boy.
That's what usually happens.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have problems where you don't want to talk about it. We ain't gonna push you. We ain't gonna push you on it. Yo, you good? Nah, I'm going through some shit. You want to talk about it? Nah. All right, cool. And then we just going to keep pushing.
I'm here if you want to, but we don't have to.
Like, we ain't going to do that.
We don't have to,
So maybe that's why we find comfort. That's what I find comfort in.
Yeah.
I can hang out with y'all and I don't got to, like...
But going to that, piggybacking off of that, it's the emotional investment we put into T. You know what I mean? If you're putting way too emotional investment into it, that's why you feel offended that he's not talking to you about some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what people run into the problem of, is like, you're investing way too much too quick. Like, you don't see something and then put $100 million into it because it potentially could be good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Stocks crash.
Yeah.
Stocks crash every day.
That's saying, like...
But I mean, that's a fact. Like, with me, for like, even with just T, like, yo, we can... I know if he wants to tell me something, he'll tell me something. I don't have to, like... I mean, I do ask you a million questions all the time. But, like...
Pod purposes only.
You know, I know I be getting, but I don't care. Like, my boys are my boys, so I get into the personal shits. But like, if they don't want to talk about it, they don't talk about it. Like, but it's a level of comfort.
And like we at least I can speak for our group. We don't add pressure to like that, and also we come in with the understanding, and we just know each other well enough to like, we all know that we're always available to talk to each other. And it's never a personal thing. They don't, and it's also never.
We never judge.
We never judge. This is all judge-free zone, like all the time.
No shame, no judgment.
No shame, no judgment. If you gotta say something, say it all. Take it off your chest.
None of that, bro. But I be judging all the pretty girls that get away with shit. That should be bugging me out. My intern just be like getting away with shit. She got away with a speeding ticket, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck do you mean you got away with a speeding ticket?
Like, they look at me, they give me $350 on the top.
Right off the top. Like, before I even get my license registration.
Trouble.
Before I even get my license up, hear that $250.
Yeah, give him that.
Yeah, give him that $250. Hold that. Hold that.
You ever let a pretty girl get something off on you just because, like, she's just that fine? Like, you just let her get away with stuff?
Nah.
Do lap dances count? Do
lap dances count?
Strip clubs count? Because you're there for the lap dance, right? So...
Hey, for our listeners, like, G is like a strip club connoisseur.
Come on, my nigga. We're trying to end that narrative, though. We're trying to end that narrative.
Getting Mom's Beans for free?
No, maybe.
He got
get Mom's Beans for free.
He knows the entrance lady at Pink Pony. Like, that's
the entrance lady. Oh yeah, we got paid. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Nah,
she be trying to dump me, man.
Bro, I don't know if this is toxic or not, but there is a point where I was going so much, like, I wasn't paying entry fee.
Damn.
That's not toxic. Because you know what's funny? There's people who actually, like, you know, find, you know.
You ever go to a bar and they know you by face now?
I
Soho.
I used to. Shut up.
Soho.
I do this way.
Soho.
I used to be that way. It used to be that way, but not no more.
See, we all changing narratives.
Nah, he shows up. They be like, where you been?
No one says where you been.
But I support our sex workers. I love strip clubs.
Wait, what?
No, I'm just saying I support sex workers. I just support sex workers in general.
They give it up like that?
Some of them do, and if they do, then okay.
I thought it was an OnlyFans thing.
No. Some strippers give it up like that, but it's not a norm. I don't want people to think like that's a norm thing. I'm like fucking strippers or anything like that. No, but like some people respectfully they give it up like that. You know what I mean?
You can respectfully give it up.
You can respectfully give it up.
You could definitely respectfully give it up.
I wish there was protection for sex workers so they don't get swindled or anything like that. Because if I wanted to get into sex work, I don't want to be finessed by some old lady and I get jumped by a couple niggas.
Isn't that like pimp shit though? Like a pimp or someone like who has your back end like for like your financial base? Like
I shouldn't need a pimp. That's what I'm saying. I shouldn't need a pimp.
It's a new age, bro. You just go independent.
Do you need an accountant? We have one on deck.
I should learn how to be my own accountant.
I'm kidding. Hey.
I'm just saying.
Self-owned business.
Self-owned business, black-owned businesses. You gotta support that.
Yeah, support your local. I agree.
Support your local vendors.
Support your sex workers, bro.
Locals, man.
Sweeterman and Jeb Talk support your local sex workers.
You know, from afar.
We do.
Always for me.
I don't know. I'm not ashamed about it.
No, absolutely. I mean,
I subscribe to maybe like 2 OnlyFans, and y'all need to keep it real. How many y'all do you subscribe to?
I don't got any.
You don't got any?
No, I mean I got a couple of girls like back in the day off dating apps, and they'll have their Snapchat, and it's like for my premium. I think I had like 4 of them junks. But they have the same pictures though. Like y'all wildin'. Yeah.
Would you rather Would you rather subscribe the local chick or the Instagram model on your OnlyFans?
I think the local, just keep it authentic, you know.
Keep it
support. I want to support the city. I want to keep the money in the city, you know.
I want to ask him.
Keep it jiggy like.
What about you? What about you?
Shorty from Ybor got off with that.
You gonna say my answer? Yeah, local.
Slade wants local because Slade wants to look at the background, see if he can identify the house.
Now we in a different bag.
You know, like fucking with cats. Have you seen that dog?
Yes.
He gonna map out that whole room trying to find out where that location is.
This just took a turn to the left. I ain't gonna cap.
They are never gonna bring me back here again. That's okay. No, that's totally fine. T, what about you, bro? It's okay. Everything's
the
no
local
judge.
or the
IG model.
IG model.
You're never gonna meet the IG model. You might run into the local at saloon. Something like that.
But I made you just stop.
You know what I'm talking about?
You give it too much sauce, man.
I probably just do the IG model, man. Like,
Word.
Just to get that different, get that variety, man.
Get that variety. Yeah.
So like they don't. I can present myself how I want to. Like they don't gotta know my everyday life.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, on some circle shit.
Oh, so you can just get like real nasty in the DMs, but like you'll never run into them.
I never run into them. They never see me, bro.
Right. You don't never gotta be nervous.
I can roam my streets. I want, man.
I've run into like one of the persons I've subscribed to before. Will
Did
I
you
ever
shout
walk
them
up?
out?
No.
You say,
Too creepy. That's too creepy. That's too creepy. That's too creepy. No.
Do that thing you did again?
Could you imagine, bro? Like you just sipping a beer and like, yo, I've been watching you.
Hey, do that thing you did 12 hours ago when you snapped?
Nah, bro. You gotta give them space. Those are the type of people that you just like, I don't want you to know, like, because like. They might just try to like get more money out of you or some shit like that.
Damn, my man going through it, yo.
Yes.
So we're back.
We're back.
We just had to take a break because the OnlyFans shit was kind of going a little wild a little bit.
Too much sauce.
Yeah.
Hey, follow me.
But we're gonna have to. We're gonna.
Wait, you have OnlyFans?
Wait, what? For real?
No. I was hoping that went over y'all heads.
We're all about support, and on the descriptions below.
Let's go. We'll have his OnlyFans account.
We're gonna have his
link in bio. Link in bio. You heard? IE.
But we were actually what started this conversation. We were talking about pretty girls, right? Because OnlyFans, pretty girls. But like the term like pretty girl syndrome, right? Or what does that mean to y'all? Like what is that pretty girl syndrome?
Glad you asked. Pretty girls. Well, it's not like a universal definition, but it's like my particular definition, and maybe some people could cap it for it or not. But pretty girl syndrome is basically like someone who has always been like pretty, always been beautiful, like from like young to like now or whatever. Yeah. So they never really got like that they never really got like bashed for any looks or anything. They always like maybe like
they always got complimented.
Always like gave them that high
high praise.
All praise to the Most High type joint.
Yep.
And that type of energy can come with little back ends kind of stuff like like maybe things that they've always have been, and
like an entitlement.
It's an entitlement.
Trying to get their way all the time.
It's like it comes with an entitlement, and no bashing to the girls who are like that. Like shout out to y'all, whatever. But it just comes. It could be a poor taste sometimes. You know what I mean?
I'll give you a common example. The pretty girls usually skip the line at the clubs, right?
Facts.
They get VIP for free.
The pretty girls usually get the champagne bottle for the free, right?
Yeah.
They probably get the free drink for the free, right?
Yeah.
Does that upset y'all?
It doesn't upset me, but like I be getting mad because I used to do like a VIP service too. Like I used to buy like a bottle or whatever, but they'll just come up and they literally just come up.
So you succumbed to this?
No. I was different. I was like, yo, like I thought like they come up like I'll have a good time or whatever, but like it was like a drink and leave.
Well, that's how it is. That's why.
But then I was like, all right, yo, like
I'm upset. I get upset with it because I think it's like you can be bought because these girls will go get in through. And then they'll just run to some random dude's VIP. Some dude decided to spend a couple stacks.
I mean,
and they're just gonna go in there entertain this doof and then like take his money. That's how I gotta explain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
And just take his drinks, but now he thinks he's on top of the world. They laughing at him.
Yeah.
And then
it's just a business.
Yeah, and then they just take they post on Instagram. They in VIP. They don't even show the guy.
No.
They don't show him. They just act like they were.
No, they'll go like this.
Yeah, they show like
they'll show the body. They'll show.
I don't like that.
They'll show them sipping the drink.
Yeah, drinking the drinks like they got it their own merit. No,
yeah.
So it's never worked on y'all, the syndrome.
Nah.
It worked on you? It works on me all the time.
Does it?
Oh no. I mean no.
All the time.
I think sometimes when a girl, if you're like really cute, like you will be able to get off some shit and say some shit that if you weren't cute or attractive, man, don't say that shit to me. Like you ever heard like you ain't cute enough to say some shit like that?
Wow.
Like you ever never heard that term?
I feel like that's mad disrespectful. I feel like that's disrespectful.
You ain't cute enough to tell me this.
Damn.
Yo, my mama tells me I'm cute. I'm good.
I'm good. I get what you're saying. I mean, so you think that like girls could like say
no? Sometimes a girl that just ain't like she ain't got all that, but she be talking like she does. So you're just like, yo, chill out.
I admire her confidence.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
I
love the confidence. I'd be like, shorty, go off.
Yo, niggas over here sweaty like,
go crazy.
I mean, no.
Like,
I fuck with all types, but I'm just saying like, just for the pretty girl syndrome, like just talking solely on that, like, they could get away with like certain things that, like, but what do they get away with that you don't like, personally?
speeding tickets.
So
That should be universal, bro. If you speeding, you're endangering the public.
Oh, they're like showing their tits. Like,
just because you got a little face does not mean you get to speed and endanger us all. I better make it home on your pretty fucking face. Like, I better make it home. Like, come on.
I ain't gonna count. That's true though.
Speeding ticket.
I remember one time, real quick story. I remember one time I was like a long time I was with a chick and she was like super like drop dead gorgeous, whatever. And she was going. She we were like, what, maybe midnight or 1 o'clock, whatever. She was going with like no lights on, so like the cop like pulled her over, right? And then like I was just cool and I was like, oh fuck. And then she was like, oh, I didn't even know. And then like she was like scared out of her mind. And he pulled up and he was like, this is your car? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay. And I was like, what the fuck?
Unnecessary ass question.
Yo, fam, it wasn't even like no license registration. It was like,
what?
She was like, oh, like you know how I pulled you over? She's like, I think I didn't have my lights on. She's like, yeah, you're right. I mean, you gotta keep your lights on. You know, you got
you're a bright girl.
People gotta look at yeah. People gotta
you're
look.
You're bright with no lights.
Yeah, people gotta look at you out here. I was like, first of all, it make sense. And then I was like this the whole time. I was like, what the fuck? How's this going off? And then she just said probably 3 words. And he's like, all right, well, have a good night, but like keep that in the back of your head.
You won't tell me like if you weren't a pretty girl though, you wouldn't get that off. Like if I felt like if I was in a girl's shoes, I'd do hella shit, bro. Like,
I be trying to get free wings every day.
Free wings
all the time. Free food. That's it. If I was a girl, I would just strictly want free food. Just off the food. Like
you gotta go on the bummy dates.
Okay, I'm getting free food.
Okay. Yeah, you gonna say the mass food.
So wait, hold up. You're gonna sit with a dude for like 3 hours.
What meal is 3 hours?
All right. Well, he's gonna take you to the movies too, right? So
and you ask to go play.
No, and the whole time in the movies, he's trying to touch you, like he's trying to break the barrier just for some $30.
If I'm a girl,
so 2 for $25 at Applebee's or Chili's.
Wait. If I'm a girl.
Yeah.
Right when I get in the whip, I'm letting homie know, yo, no touch zone, no fly zone, okay?
Yeah.
That's it. Like, boundaries are set right when I get into the car, right? So if he crosses boundaries, I'm punching you in your shit.
He's going to say
like,
split the check.
Yeah. Together, separate. Definitely separate.
Separate.
Definitely.
I don't want to connect, touch us.
I don't want to touch her.
No. Just to let him know. That's my whole thing. When I have a daughter, I feel like I'm going to have a daughter. When I have a daughter, I'm going to just let them know, yo, once you express boundaries, if they cross them, yo, do whatever you want. Boundaries. Like, fuck them up. Like, do whatever you want because you already said it. Like, that's it.
But would you, alright, if you establish those boundaries and then he splits the check and tells you to pay for your own, are you going to be upset?
No. Fair. Totally fair. I should have came prepared to pay for my own meal. Regardless.
I think most girls are getting to that trend now. where they're willing to pay their.
I hope so. I hope so for sure.
Because I agree. Because I feel like it's corny when a guy feels obligated to get some because he paid for a $20 meal.
Or it could be vice versa. Like girls be paying to get some shit too.
I wonder if that's ever happened. Like a girl's asked me to be on a date, and then I'm like, and then she's asking me for sex.
Now you know what though? A girl that's really trying to make you.
I don't get it like that.
Like if a girl's really trying to be hubby, she will pay to like freak you, to surprise you. You know what I'm saying?
To freak you?
Yeah, bro. Like she'll like.
Nick, talk more about that.
Y'all don't know that. Like, all right, like a girl, you go on a date with her.
Okay.
But she wants to make you hubby.
Okay.
So to freak you and confuse you.
Ooh.
No, I'm paying this.
Okay.
I got this.
Okay.
Because she's trying to show she's a different type of woman.
She turned me on, but that don't mean I want to be with you.
Yeah, but that's how they.
But no, that's a bag though. That's a different bag, which should be more.
So if the shorty, I don't know if the shorty spends money on me, I don't know if that provokes me to want to fuck her. It just makes me.
That's what girls think when guys do it to them. You feel me?
It's a shock. It's a way to shock value. It's like,
value.
oh shit, she's gonna pay for me on the first date.
Yeah.
She's something else.
It's different.
Yeah.
Someone flies you out. You know what the deal is. Like you're just gonna be flown out and.
Wait, T, you've been flown out.
You've been flown out.
No, I'm asking.
Did you? You've been flown out.
Was it first class or was it economy?
Yo, he brought it up though. He brought it up.
It had to be first class.
Did they pay Did they pay for like a bag or did they just pay for like just? You had to carry
definitely
it.
Delta.
This was definitely
Two
JetBlue. He a
JetBlue kind of guy.
You a JetBlue. You a Spirit.
I'm a Spirit.
Oh, why you trying to? Damn, you united. You're good.
Okay,
Frontier.
Oh,
I saw you in the back before, man. I saw you.
The bus in the sky.
I'm like
I saw your connecting flight.
Connecting
flight.
Saw your labor ass.
I'm dead.
That'd be kind of sick. What if the girl lived in Atlanta and we live in Tampa, and she buys you a flight and there's a connecting flight?
That's fucking
There's a connecting
crazy.
flight to Atlanta.
That is crazy, bro. There's one?
You won't have enough time to get her to the airport, do what you gotta do, and then leave.
There is an etiquette for flying out, though. Which I'm not getting into right now.
Not for us.
No.
If we get flown out, what's the etiquette? Like, ain't no rules.
Is it economy or is it first class?
We're all economy. Stop. We're all economy. Stop, bro.
Yeah, but if people listen on Spotify, I'm looking at T. So economy. Okay.
Oh yeah, for listeners.
But I'm gonna let you know right now. Once the shorty flies me out, I'm doing everything in my power to like keep her like around.
Okay.
Like if she actually does that.
Drink that bathwater.
No, but if she actually does that, yeah, like you'll get the good morning text. Oh, you'll definitely get the good night text. Maybe an inspirational quote because I fuck with you.
It's an inspirational
you know what I mean? You know, I might go into the horoscope, shorty. Listen, yo, provide the information.
Well, all right, but what if she pulls a future and says fly yourself out and I'll reimburse you when you get here?
She won't reimburse me, but I will fly myself out. I know she won't reimburse me. I won't go into it thinking she'll reimburse me because. Yeah, because I don't want her to give that pressure, and I don't want to have to feel guilty about spending
double back
the money.
For the money.
Yeah,
double back for the money.
Hey, remember that one time you told me that?
I got a screenshot right here on my phone.
Have you ever had somebody like mention some shit that they did for you, and like they use that to make you do some shit? Like, oh, remember like I bought you a meal. Now you should buy me a meal. Well, I don't know if I'm hitting it too home, but like, no. But have you ever had that happen?
Can we just put like giant arrows?
Yo, remember when I bought you the meal? Shouldn't you pay for my last meal? I've never had to do that.
I've been guilty of like if I've done something crazy, like if I've taken you to like a nice ass restaurant, I dropped like $200, and you take me to Steak and Shake. Yo, you can't like this one time. Yeah. Like drop it,
Yeah. Word.
Nah, man.
It's like implicit. It's like implicit in my head. Like I know what the right thing for you to do, but I can't judge them. I can't hold them to it.
You can't hold them to it.
If it's not reciprocated the same way.
Yeah.
You're
gonna remember that though.
You're out.
I'm gonna remember that.
You're gonna remember that. Yo, I took you to J. Alexander's and you dare take me to Steak and Shake.
Jeez.
Yeah. But it's okay.
Yeah,
your love language is physical touch. Your love language is physical touch. So
I get it.
You know what I mean? I'm quality time, so I don't care if we go to McDonald's or my living room. So
yeah, I feel.
We good.
No, I'm physical touch. I don't care if we just at home and.
All right, man, we get it. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this no more. All right, we're going to end this shit off.
Yeah, but shit. On that note, yo, again, we want to appreciate G.
Yes,
yes.
Thank you.
For coming out here with us.
Yes, follow us GEMTALKPODCAST. Gem Talk, spelled the way you sound. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on Snapchat, follow us on YouTube. Soon come.
Yeah, we gotta get you on YouTube because currently they're on SoundCloud.
Yes.
We gotta get them. We gotta get them out there. We gonna get them on the visuals.
We got a lot of content. We got about like 50 episodes, so catch up. You know what I mean? We took a little break so that people can really like dive into it.
What you guys already got.
Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot of content coming in. So
that's dope.
Thank you guys for sure.
Definitely.
Man. Yeah, we hear your shit. You know.
Yeah.
Pull you up, man. Pull up on them. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Go ahead. What's up?
What was? Okay, for a question for y'all, right? What was the motivation behind this? Why do y'all do what y'all do?
Damn. We always said like to ourselves, like in our past experiences for years now, like yo, we could just like let people know how it is. Like yo, this would be like fucking dope. Mm-hmm. And also we just want to express ourselves because like I'm not really expressive on like social media and stuff. I'm pretty much like I'm the like guy or I'll retweet guy. But then this gives me opportunity to show who I am, show myself, and to project myself, my emotions, how I am, and who I am, and it's pretty dope. And I feel like it's cool because like when we look back at it, years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, it's documented. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's documented. Everybody knows.
I just think it's a good creative outlet. Like I mean, I'm very personal. Like T's very personal. Like we don't really talk like. We don't really show our lives like out on the day to day. Like a lot of people don't know shit about me until this pod came out. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I mean? So like for me to do this is a complete 180 from what I do. I usually like move behind the scenes. Like you only see me when you see me out with like Will, or if you see me out with like one of our boys named Steve. Like you don't see me other than that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is like we just kind of said fuck it. We just kind of.
Yeah, man. We got a lot of stuff to give, man. We got a lot of content.
Yeah. No, I think just based off our past, I think we have a lot of history.
Yeah,
and like
man.
So.
Been through a lot of things. You know what I mean? A lot of things.
But for the record, we are all emotionally available. We all know how to channel our emotions.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're
I was actually going to say that because y'all kept looking at me like, this motherfucker's unavailable.
This was...
How about I dressed up? I was like, yo, whatever, man.
This was dedicated to Slade.
Nigga in the back.
This episode's dedicated to
Slade. Nah.
Alright, it's going to end like that.
Y'all good? Anything else, T? You good?
I'm good, bro.
We good.
Bandana T got nothing to say.
Bandana T. I have to use that as an AK.
Bandana T. Shout out to JoJo. Shout out to Slave, man. Shout out to the production team.
Yeah, man. Keep us up, man. Keep us honest.
Shit, we looking for hospitality. For sure. Y'all were great hospitality wise.
Hey, we're looking for a marketing intern. We need a marketing intern. Anybody want us to DM us at the Sweeterman Podcast?
T will definitely reply.
And T is on the DMs. T is on the DMs heavy.
Very, very heavy. He told us like, yo, like this is what they say about us, yo.
If you check in the descriptions, you have his flight availability.
Oh yeah.
He can be flown out. So
yeah. These sheeps are flight, bro. Fuck the coronavirus.
That is true.
These sheeps are flight as
fuck. Yo, now's the time. Now's the time.
Yo, there's a cure, by the way. That's a good note to end on. There's a cure. We're gonna be fine, y'all.
That's facts.
We're gonna be great.
The cure is being emotionally attached.
Facts.
Fendi. The cure is love.
Fendi.
The cure is love.
Oh my god, we're in our light skin bag.
So, shout out to Kaz.
What's the I'll ask you later.
Yes,
All fair.
Shout out to Kaz. Just dropped the joint.
Salute, bro. This shit's fire.
Bro, this shit been on repeat.
Yeah, it's good
I guess I'm so death be my soul a couple times that I was wrong. But I hop inside my bag, stop affecting all these songs. There was a time I couldn't clarify the shit I'm doing, right or wrong, but I say fuck it. So I'ma be this way, I might as well love it. I start chilling with my niggas more.
See? Start chilling with my niggas.